Guess what time it is?
It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
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 Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day, good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Welcome to Good Morning, Entrepreneurs. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our co-host, Kim White, the founder and fierce leader of My Sexy Business, and Kerry Zarb, our financial designer from the other side of the world down under. You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback. Well, I don't miss that anymore because Kim and Kerry have created a wonderful community for entrepreneurs. So I am honored to introduce you to our Thelma and Louise, our Lucy and Ethel, our Laverne and Shirley, Kim White and Kerry Zarb. Take it away, Kim and Kerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kerry. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning, Entrepreneurs. And this is live stream number 24. Yay! And it's going to be a fabulous Friday, Kim. Have you heard that on the rumour mill?
I did hear that on the rumor mill, Kerry, and I believe it.
Me too, exactly. So, Kim, would you like to quickly tell us who this show is for in case anyone new is tuning in?
Oh, I would love to, Kerry. So this show is for entrepreneurs across the globe. It's anyone who is entrepreneurial, who wants to be an entrepreneur, owns a business, wants to own a business. We are here to be living proof of doing things messy, Kerry. And we're giving everyone a behind the scenes look of the things that are possible.
Messy is beautiful, a princess once told me, so that's a real thing. But Kim, I love how we get this opportunity to come together and share not only things that we experience, but also we've got our roving reporters backing us up with things that they experience. So yay!
It's very exciting, Kerry, to see all of the roving reporters across the globe.
Exactly. And Kim, do you have your coffee this morning?
I do, Kerry.
I got mine too, but it's empty. Oh.
It's a repeat performance because it's one of my favorites.
Same. We must have been in the zone with that. How's that?
We hope you have your coffee and you're buckled up to have the ride with us this morning for the show. So,
absolutely, it is. And I want to remind anyone tuning in, if you have any questions about being an entrepreneur, pop them in the chat. Wherever you're tuning in, throw it into the chat. If we can't answer it in a future show, some of our roving reporters are out there and they're typing in the chat as we go as well. So if you need help on your entrepreneurial journey, we are here for you and we want to answer those questions. So if we don't catch it today, we'll catch it next week. How's that, Kim?
That's perfect, Kerry. Perfect.
Awesome. So, Kim, I think we need to step into, are we ready to step into entrepreneur land, or am I a bit quick off the mark there?
I think we're great to step into entrepreneur land today. I'm excited about it.
Ooh, good stuff. Kim, I think there's a bit of a theme today with entrepreneur land and the entire show, perhaps. Is there? We got a thread?
We do. It's all about timing, Kerry. As an entrepreneur, we have lots of choices in when we do something or like the timing of things. And I think timing can kind of make or break you sometimes, Kerry.
I agree, Kim. Timing is everything because sometimes it's about the time we spend on things and sometimes it's about the time in our journey. It may or may not be the right time for something right now. Doesn't mean throw it in the bin, maybe it can come up later.
As entrepreneurs, we have to make those decisions. We call it tournamenting, where you have to have a winner for what you're going to work on. And Kerry, this weekend, I have to tell you, this last weekend, we had so much fun in New York and across the globe. But we had the most fun time handing out something that was all about timing, and that sticky note time weekend. And the sticky note time participants got a sticky note time lunchbox, and it has a big clock on it. And how appropriate it is that the producers pick timing for this week after that weekend, Kerry.
And Kim, from what I saw of the New York, I was going to say madness, but I think it was just too much fun to be called madness. Oh my goodness. And we got to tune in here from the land down under. Myself and Linda Bonnie were on Zoom in sticky note time with everybody else. And it was magical. It was really good.
So, Kerry, you want to see a couple of pictures from the trip that I snuck in?
Yes.
So hopefully the producers don't kill me for a last minute script change, but let's just share really quickly.
Okay.
So this crew came in from like different places, and they were inducted into the official roving reporters. They have their new microphones. They were causing trouble all over the place in New York. Let me just say that. They were something else, and it was so amazing to watch all the things that were going on. We did hundreds of pictures this weekend, but I just thought I would share this little handful just as a teaser. And I'm telling you, were a hot mess.
Wait, Kim, what was the red door? I recognize that.
So that may be coming up in a future magazine issue, Kerry. Just so
Okay, zip it. In other words, yep, moving right along.
The timing, Kerry, the timing.
It's all about the timing. That's right, Kim. Exactly.
So I want to start a new tradition, Kerry, of talking about something really important timing-wise, because we need to celebrate you today for you have passed the 300 podcast episode mark. That is an enormous thing. We tried to surprise you, and you just did not let us surprise you. But y'all, this should be like Kerry Day. This is Kerry 300 Day for sure, because a lifetime is spent doing things, but Kerry, in podcast time, 300 is a lifetime. That is a lot of podcast episodes, and you made it to the 300 mark.
Well, Kim, can I make the Kerry confession of the day straight up here? Because that's not 300 in one show, because I might be a little bit addicted to podcasts. So there are multiples and seasonals and all kinds of things out there. And this is just hosted or co-hosted, by the way. It's not including my guest appearances. So just I don't know. And it's not too many of the guest appearances, but thank you, Kim. And thank you to the team of GME for bringing that to the spotlight, because I feel like I need a banner to run through. 300, woohoo!
If we could have worked it out, Kerry, we would have had you a banner and balloons and all the things, but congratulations, Kerry.
Thank you, Kim. I really appreciate it. And yes, it is rather special. It's a big number. Yay. So, Kim, I think we're slightly behind schedule, and we need to keep on moving as usual, because it's all about keeping the fun going here. And we do have, and I mentioned this earlier, Kim, it's a fabulous Friday. And what better way to kick off with our first roving reporter, the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, with our very own Health and Wellness for Entrepreneurs report. Take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Hi, everyone. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm also your health, wellness, and fitness advocate, helping you stay fit and fabulous on your journey. Today, we're going to talk about keeping the chest and the ribs and the lungs open. So when we're on our computer, we're like this, right? We're here, and then our head's forward. Cute, right? So we're going to open all of this. So when you're here, you can't take in proper breaths. You know, your organs get crunched. They don't have the room to move. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to turn to the side to do this, is you're going to take your hands behind you like this. So interclasp your fingers, and you're going to see how your shoulders roll forward. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. And now lift the arms up and open the chest, unclasp the hands, and relax. Let's do it one more time. Take the hands behind you. You're going to feel the shoulders naturally roll forward. Take your shoulders up to the second floor, back to the wall, down to the first floor. Now lift the arms up. Breathe here. Breathe, breathe, and gently release. So you should felt a nice opening across the chest, across the shoulders, remembering how it feels to stand up nice and straight, okay? So as usual, please check with your physician and your PT and make sure this is appropriate for you. And let me know how this works for you. So until then, thanks for listening. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Kat.
She does so many great things, Carrie.
Yeah. I think I was supposed to be standing when I did that one. I kind of cheated and stayed in my chair because I was a bit concerned about losing the posse, but I think I'm going to try that after the show as well.
Well, and we have to mention something really quick about Kat. She just moved in yesterday to her new community for her small space Pilates community that she leads. And I am so excited. She is giving everyone a week of like free live workouts. So if anyone is interested, message us or message Kat so that you can take advantage of that. But the new community, Carrie, is fabulous.
Oh, that is so exciting, Kim. I know she's been working hard on that one. So yay, Kat. Congratulations. So, Kim, let's keep scooting along here. We have our next roving reporter standing by, and it could be Melissa Stetcher, aka Izzy, our hopeful and professional organizer. So, over to you, Izzy.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. It's Melissa from Hopeful Simplicity coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today, I want to talk about that first S of our method. It's simplify. Simplifying, as we define it, is decluttering anything out of your spaces that don't serve your current self. Now, there's multiple ways we can do this, but I want you to focus on expired items. Now, I know you might be thinking, Melissa, I am looking around my office and my living room and my bedroom, and nothing has a date on it, so it's not expired, right? That's wrong. You know why that's wrong? Because we are capable beings that we don't need a date. So maybe you reached for that pen and it doesn't work because it's out of ink. That's right, it's expired. It's time to let go of that. If you're anything like me, it's the printer. Like when I go to print something and the ink is gone, like I haven't changed the cartridge because I was like, oh, I'll get it tomorrow and I print again, right? No, that's expired. It's time to change that and remove the old stuff from my space permanently. You can even consider that as you're working through the day. Maybe you have stopped using a subscription or a certain platform that you paid for, or your card has updated since you initially enrolled for that. That's now expired, right? It's now past its best used date, use by date, sort by date, whatever date you want to consider as expired. That's today. Today is that date. So if it does not serve your current self, it is now considered expired. That's it for me today. Until next time, everybody, stay hopeful. And it's back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Izzy.
That's all about timing too, Carrie.
It really is, Kim. I think Melissa has hit the mark there, especially with pens. Oh my God, I don't even know how many I've got that are just, I think if Melissa came over here, she might be looking at me a little sideways, Kim.
Well, if anyone needs a organizing queen in their life to help them learn how to get organized and stay that way, Izzy's group meets this week, and I think Well, I'm sorry, not this week, next week. All my timing is off, Carrie. It is next week. But if you need a professional in your life who is down to earth and is not going to judge you for your clutterbugness, I'm going to call that, then definitely reach out to Izzy and connect with her, because you will want to be in her group.
Exactly. Spot on, Kim. So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial. Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
even the universe did not know what it was in for.
Determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Welcome back, and thank you for being here with us. We have a little bit more show in store, so please stay with us. Stay with us, bear with us. There's so much more to see. I'm so excited, Kim. And we've got lots to get through, Kim. We've got so many more segments from our roving reporters. And speaking of which, we've got another one standing by. Denise Millay, our findability queen. Over to you, Denise.
Good morning, everyone. Denise Millay here, coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today we're going to answer the question, what happens when you search? I want you to understand what happens when you put a keyword or phrase or a question into a search engine, whether you speak it or type it. The search engine is going to first look for an exact match to what you put in. They're going to try to give you exactly what you asked for. But then, because they don't want you to have to search a million times, they're going to make suggestions, similar to what a librarian would do at a help desk in a library, if you've ever experienced this. This person's very knowledgeable, and they understand the connections to different kind of topics and different ways for you to get what you're looking for. So that is what the search engine is trying to do as well. They're trying to satisfy what you need and move you along in your journey. So they want to give you ideas for basic information. They want you to look at encyclopedia-like things like Wikipedia, background in books on your topic, or articles like how-tos or templates or steps or definitions. But then they're also going to give you alternates like video or audio or sites that have references to people that speak on the topic that you have. So they're going to try to broaden that base of everything you've asked. Unless you ask something so specific and there's only one answer for it, which is very often not the case, they're going to give you as many opportunities to take a different branch to get the answer to what you're looking for. And I tell you this because I want you to understand that these programs are fairly advanced. And everything's connected in the catalog, so they can draw on so many different sources to answer a single question. So when you're creating content, I want you to be findable, and I want you to understand how it's going to potentially be served up to people looking for your information. So that's it for me today. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Denise. Oh my goodness. That was good stuff, Kim.
It was very good, Carrie. And we asked Denise to keep it really simple because we all know I'm a kindergarten princess as far as I need things simple. And she has broken this down where we can understand the simplest of things we can do to be found, Carrie.
I know. I've spent just a little bit of time with Denise, and wow, she blows my mind every time we hang out together because it's good fun. She makes it fun. Mm-hmm. And we get to learn these little tricks as well, Kim.
Well, we all need to take time to figure out which keywords to use in a search engine so we get the results we want. And we have to remember there's somebody out there looking for you as an entrepreneur. You're their solution. How are they going to find you? Denise is that connection for us.
Exactly, Kim. And I think Denise has something coming up next week, Kim. Yeah?
She does. She does a fun game night for entrepreneurs who want to learn more about keywords. She has a way of like having all this fun, and then all of a sudden the light bulbs start going off of, oh, that's how simple keywords can be. So I love it. It's a free gift she gives to everyone to come and attend game night. So definitely check her out and check out her game night.
Agreed, Kim. I've been to a couple and they are a lot of fun, and you really do learn things. So I love hanging out with Denise, and the game night is sensational.
And you get to be with the findability queen herself. So that's
wearing her crown and all, Kim. Yes, I know.
Exactly.
So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter because we have Yvonne Marchese, our resident age agitator, is in the house. Over to you, Yvonne.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about midlife entrepreneurship. I wonder what comes to your mind when you hear the term uses time wisely. I think it's something we all grapple with. For me, it's been a lifelong quest, something etched into my story since I was in elementary school. I remembered oh so well. And that report card would come and there'd be a section for uses time wisely. And I'd always hope that there would be a big S there for satisfactory. And it would always be an N for needs improvement. And that pattern, that label, it followed me. It made me believe I was unorganized and that I wasn't making the most of my time. And now that I'm 55, that story about myself is deeply ingrained. But the truth is, I am productive, and I'm guessing you are too. We're out there hustling, grinding, putting in the effort. But you know what? We also deserve time for ourselves. I always seem to feel guilty about taking time off or even enjoying moments with friends and family. And I bet some of you can relate, right? It's like a nagging voice saying, you should be doing more. But my big midlife revelation is that self-care isn't selfish. It's the fuel that ignites our creativity and passion. And those moments to ourselves that are just for fun, they're precious gems that we need to carve into our calendars. Using time wisely doesn't mean packing every minute with work. You might surprise yourself by being more productive when you are working because you've given yourself time to rest and reset. Set some boundaries on your calendar and leave some gaps for yourself. The good news is you're in the driver's seat. That's all for now. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Yvonne. Oh my goodness, Kim. Timing.
So, I know timing is all the rage now we hear. Yvonne is our roller skating, age agitating, wave making, like super productive. She's an amazing podcaster. She's had an event with over 300 people. And I think it's a horrible thing that she has felt like her whole life she needed that S on her report card. Because she is super productive and in the right ways, Carrie.
I agree, Kim. And when she said N, I thought she was going to say not satisfactory, not needs improvement. So I was glad it was a needs improvement, but still, chasing those letters, it is a sad moment that we carry those letters from our younger years. Yep.
Seeing her last week in New York and watching her do all the things that she was doing while we were there, I just feel like she is such an example of what's possible at whatever age. And don't let anything stop you, whether that be an N on your report card or the number on your, on your age. Don't let anything stop you.
I love that too about Yvonne, Kim. Oh, all the feels. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. We have Jill Olish, who is our mama for all mama entrepreneurs. Take it away, Jill.
Thanks, Carrie and Kim. Hi, this is Jill coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs with a segment for mama entrepreneurs. I have to tell you that I keep getting in my own way of things. And last week, I talked a little bit about living out our dream lives now instead of waiting for a big moment to start, like retirement or a significant event. And I also said that there was nothing stopping us from actually getting started at any age or stage of your adventure. But what I did leave out was that sometimes we can get in our own way. I also mentioned that we kind of listen to what society tells us about the right timing on things. And if you haven't figured out yet that once kids are in the picture and become part of the adventure, society can tell us what it wants to, but our kids really make the rules on timing. And in entrepreneurship, we might try to follow someone else's timing too. But we still hold the veto power to start on our own timeline. What holds us back from doing it is the permission we are giving ourselves. Our kids give us permission to do something now. Our audience gives us permission to put something out there now. Why aren't we listening to ourselves first? When we tell ourselves that we should do this one thing and put it off because the unknown might just be a little too uncomfortable for us, we are listening to lies. Practice listening to what is needed around you, what others are saying, then deliver. Just jump right in with what you already have and then keep improving it. Keep going, figuring out what comes next after that, because you started and you can keep improving with practice. So your kids just want you to be present with them. So start there and then keep improving your time together with adding things in. And in your audience, they want to know that you are hearing them and that you can help. So start small. If you have something that can help them, put it out. You don't have to improve it right away. Put it out as it is, get some feedback, and then make some changes. You want you to be happy and to have no unnecessary pressure. So make the first move no matter how small. It might just be saying no to someone else's timing. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Jill.
That was really good, Carrie, because even just the last part of what she said about saying no, that is a timing thing. We might not be able to do something right now as an entrepreneur building a business. We may have to say no temporarily, but how exciting is it that we get to decide that, Carrie?
Oh, huge, Kim, huge. And Jill really tapped into that and said it so well, so well.
So well. So, Carrie, I'm going to say that we are going to switch things up just a little bit, because having 300 podcast episodes for this next roving reporter segment, I want to flip it just a bit before we go to our commercial.
Okay.
I need to introduce the rock star podcaster, the brilliant entrepreneur, the owner and director of Zinc Business Solutions, and cover girl, and 300 episode Carrie, holiday today. And can I keep going, Carrie? And
stop.
The famous Kerry Zarb is going to be talking today about something really important timing wise with our finances. So, Carrie, I think we should flip it up where the commercial's just a little bit later so that you can frame why it's an important commercial.
Well, all I'm going to say to that, Kim, is you can do whatever you want. However, your producers are shaking their heads with a little bit of a giggle at the same time, going, of course, she's flipped the agenda. Yes, why not? Princess power. Yay. Kim, I love this topic, and you and I both know because we've done some recordings lately. So the podcast is actually coming. We've got some episodes on the way, as always. Every single week, there's a new podcast episode. And one of the things that we were talking about was the space where we actually pick to do things. So that's coming soon. So I thought it was perfect timing that we actually talk about the timing and planning that time with your business finances, and a little bit of like weather forecasting in there as well, Kim. I'm yet to come up with the whole weather forecast for the finances. I'm sure that's going to be some fun, and you'll be there too. I can't wait.
Well, Carrie, this week on Simply Biz Beans podcast, you actually talk about forecasting and what that means. And I feel like the timing of that and the planning of the finances of that is such a game changer. Would you speak quickly to that before we go to the commercial and talk about the club?
Absolutely, Kim. So I have no idea what we spoke about on the podcast because it feels like so 2022. However, when it comes to forecasting and planning and timing of your business finances, it is similar to the weather report, Kim, and quite befitting to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, because just look at the map, people. Like over here, we've got some sunshine, we've got some cloud rolling in, like all those kind of things do come into your business finances in that timing, planning, forecasting fashion. Not all the stars align at the same time in the right place. Sometimes it's on our calendar. Sometimes it needs to be moved ever so slightly, not put away, not put off. Timing is important, and I probably over preach that we need to do it in small pieces on regular occasions. And that helps us build the momentum that we need with our business finances so that we can forecast. So it all kind of works together in mysterious ways there, Kim. There's the timing, the planning, so we can forecast.
Well, Carrie, I just want to mention that we sponsor our own selves on this show. And one of the things that's coming up this week is a place for us to be able to ask questions of you, Carrie, about the timing, about the planning, about all of the things. So would you like to say anything before we go to the commercial about the club?
Roll it, Adam. Do you find your finances confusing or overwhelming? Well, guess what? You're not alone. I'm Kerry Zarb, and I am your financial designer. It's time to take away those sleepless nights, all the stress and pressure we feel from those flippin' digits. Finances can be hard. This is why your seat at my virtual cafe is reserved in the Biz Beans Club. Our gatherings are held on the third Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. Central Time, and I'm inviting you to join us to ask questions, gain access to resources so that you can get in control of your business finances. This is where coffee meets money. Are you ready? What are you waiting for? It's time for you to be in the driver's seat of your finances. Join me in the virtual cafe and become your own financial designer. Head over to kerryzarb.com/club. So, Kim, I've got one thing to say. Come on, let's go. It's coffee time.
I love every time you say that, Carrie, because I know I'm going to learn something and I'm going to be able to level up something. Carrie, this is an important thing. Can you explain about the virtual cafe really quick, just so everybody understands where you're inviting them for the club?
Absolutely. Well, if you look behind me, there is a virtual cafe, and it's here 24/7. I don't pack this away and pull it back out again. It is here because this is where I love to spend my time, in the virtual cafe. When we're busy, when it's hard, when it's heavy, we need calm in our lives. And to me, Kim, a cafe brings that calm. You might have seen me in a cafe just last night, which was this morning for me, in living colour in the real space. But that's why, because I love coffee. love coffee. I do love money. And when they come together and you've got the virtual cafe and you've got to work on your business finances, oh, how good is it, Kim?
It's a very good, Carrie. And I want to explain what you were referencing about the cafe we saw last night. While we were in Mastermind, you never know what's going to happen in Mastermind. And while we were in Mastermind, we were actually walking down the streets of Melbourne.
Yes, yes. Good job, Kim. Yay.
With Carrie, and went to a restaurant or a coffee shop with her in one of the buildings that she is like the guru of. And I think it is so impressive that we can see the beautiful blue sky there, and we can do all those things with you, Carrie. So thank you for inviting us into the journey. But this next Wednesday, you're inviting us into the virtual cafe for that journey.
Well, and Kim, you've just brought a really extra element to the table that I'd never even thought of, because this blue is very, like, probably ultra sky blue. So I never actually saw that, because I, like many others, love blue sky. I love sunshine. And that little glow behind me kind of brings the outside in as well, Kim. So, ooh, very clever.
Love it. I feel like it's calming, Carrie, because our finances can be overwhelming as an entrepreneur. Our finances can be overwhelming because we either don't like them, we don't understand them, we're overwhelmed with them, all the things, Carrie.
Always, Kim, always. And I feel that in so many different areas of my business, because I'm square peg round hole in lots of different places. So I get it. I really understand.
So my last little tidbit of this segment, Carrie, is if you don't understand, if you are overwhelmed, if you have any of those things going on, let us encourage you today to do something different. The club is available. You've got free tools available. You've got all the things, Carrie, that they can connect with you. But we want you as the entrepreneur listening and tuning into this show to know you can get control of that.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, Kim. Thank you.
It's all thanks to our 300 podcast episode rock star today. Thank you
Kim,
for everything, Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Kim. You're too kind. And Kim, I'm going to flip it up because we need to move over to our next roving reporter, because we've got the amazing Donna Bender, our certified givologist and branded products specialist. No, strategist, wrong word. Donna's standing by. So over to you, Donna.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is on the importance of giving memorable branded gifts. A few months back, I discussed some of the key factors that go into selecting a memorable gift. And when giving a memorable branded gift, it is a representation of how much you value the recipients. It shows you've taken the time to think about their personality and what they would appreciate. Well, I'm still in New York City. I know I can't believe it myself, and I'm sandwiched in between my motherly and soon-to-be grandmotherly duties. I also had the opportunity to spend some very special time with several of my fellow roving reporters and the executive producers of GME and My Sexy Business team. We were at a retreat just outside of New York City. There were so many memorable moments and gifts, both tangible and intangible, that I cannot count them on all of my fingers. I may have to take off my shoes. This was a very special weekend because for many of us, it was the first time we got a chance to meet each other in person after spending almost 2 years together virtually several times a week. It's hard to contain myself from either breaking out in song and dance, laughter, or tears. It was a very physical and emotional weekend, and one which will be ingrained in my memory forever. This was the intangible gift I received. Then there were the tangible gifts as well, such as this wonderful GME microphone for all the roving reporters in attendance and for those who were not able to join us this time. Kim and Kerry and the My Sexy Business team outdid themselves on this one. They knew just how we would all react and how memorable and meaningful this mic would become. Just saying, there are lots of photos and videos showing the fun we all had. And if you know me by now, you know I love using props. And the first thing I thought of when I was asked to become a roving reporter was, will we get mics so we can rove around? And now I can say, prayers answered. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Oh, Donna cracks me up.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to say she is a brilliant strategist when it comes to branded gifts, Kerry, because I believe the roving reporters not only were very surprised, I think every one of them was loving their branded mics.
Oh, absolutely. And it matches Donna so well, doesn't it?
It does. But Donna has a show and tell every month that we need to speak about really quickly, Kerry, because the ideas that we've been using even last week in New York were from her. Like, she is the one that has instigated. I'm going to call her an instigator. She has instigated us being able to love on like our clients and love on our roving reporters through some branded products that mean something to them. So we followed her formula, I'm going to call it, Kerry, to be able to love on everybody. So the last Tuesday of every month, if you want to be like us when you grow up, as far as getting great ideas from Donna, you can go and come to the show and tell.
Kim, that is such a great idea. And trust me, Donna not only delivers here on Good Morning Entrepreneurs, she delivers that fun everywhere. So, yeah, I agree, Kim.
She's got more things to share with us too, Kerry. I'm giggling because she's just full of surprises.
Well, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter because we have Holly Totten, who is our very own riding coach, standing by. So, Holly, take it away.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We have been discussing in this segment why it's important as an entrepreneur to write a book. And today we're going to add one more reason and thinking about our ordinary being someone else's extraordinary and why that can be a driving factor in writing a book. And when I think about this, it makes me think about my dad, because anytime growing up and then into adulthood, when anyone would ask Dad a question, he typically had one of two answers. The first one being, well, golly, I don't know much about that. And if that was the answer, that pretty much was the end of the discussion. But if he knew something about what you were asking, his answer would be, well, sure, I know about that. I'll be glad to share everything I know, and it'll take all of about 5 minutes. Well, when you did get that answer, he would answer questions, give demonstrations, go into complete detail, and help in every way he could with what you were asking. The things that we were asking that he could talk about were his ordinary, but they were our extraordinary. And when writing a book that demonstrates our knowledge and our experience in our business, that's what we're doing. We are taking our 5 minutes of ordinary and helping others with their extraordinary. That's a great reason to write a book. That's all for today, Kim and Kerry. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly.
That was really good, Kerry, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we forget that the things that we feel like are just normal or ordinary things are actually someone else's, very much the solution they're needing and can be their extraordinary.
100%, Kim. And I got to say, I loved that little addition of the story about Holly's dad. I reckon I'd be friends with Holly's dad. I reckon we'd get along.
I am sure of it, Kerry. And I want to mention Holly's ordinary. Holly loves writing, and she has helped so many people write their write their stories. And she has helped so many people become published authors from what she does. But Carrie, that's our extraordinary. Like, we need her help to do those things. So we want to give a big shout out to Holly for all the things that she does to help so many people get to that published author place by telling their stories, and really does help their businesses.
And Kim, can I quickly add that before I met Holly, I thought being an author was like the people that are in the libraries wearing the glasses, very distinguished. They might be wearing a suit, or the ladies that wear like the corporate suits. You know what I mean? Like there was a facade there for me mentally, and that was my little blocking moment until I spent some time with Holly myself. So I want to thank Holly for sharing her ordinary with us, Kim.
I definitely think she's made it our extraordinary, Carrie. So you're right. You said it the right way.
Oh, did I? I just thought I got it backwards.
Love it. Love it.
You are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us, and the link is below. Welcome back. You are tuning into Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We're so excited that you're here with us, and we've got still a little bit more show to go. So bear with us, a little bit more to get through, and some exciting things, Kim, I want to say, because coming up to stage is our very own interview king, media personality, rock star of all rock stars, Adam Rothenberg. Good morning.
Had trouble finding the mute button. Good morning.
You've been hanging out with Kim too long. Good morning, Adam. And Adam, have you got something to share with us today from behind the curtain, perhaps?
I do have a behind the curtain story to share today. So today I wanted to talk about my interview with Eric Christopher Peterson, who is currently on Broadway in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And Eric is actually somebody I got to interview through a freelance job originally. And then a few months after that freelance job, I got invited to a special press event for the Broadway production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, where I got to choose who I wanted to interview from the cast. Well, when I saw Eric's name, of course, he was one of the first people I asked if I could interview. And luckily, it worked out. Now, one of my favorite parts of this interview was when he started talking about one of the magic tricks in the show called, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, Accio spell. I have so much trouble pronouncing it. But basically, that spell is where you can call for an object to come to you. So like, for example, if you were sitting on the couch and you forgot to get the remote from the other side of the room, you could say, Accio TV remote, and the remote control would come to your hands. Well, when he mentioned that, that spell reminded me of an episode of one of my favorite TV shows, Bewitched, when Samantha was trying to show Darren that she was a witch. And if Darren wanted a drink, she would twitch her nose and whip up whatever drink he wanted. if he wanted a lighter, she would, twitch her nose and float the lighter to him. So I loved how these two shows created in different decades, or like the theme of today's show, different times. They have that similarity in common, that they both have that same magic power. And I just love that through line connection.
Oh, that is brilliant, Adam. I love that story.
Thank you.
So, Adam, your segment was so magical today. And Kim, do you think, speaking of magic, we need someone to press a magic button? Because today's show is all about timing, and timing is pretty important. So we have another awesome producer coming to join us on stage, and I would love to welcome to stage, there she is, Jill Olish, who is the founder of Mama Outspoken, and Jill's also the executive leader. You know what I nearly said? Fierce executive leader. We need to change Jill's title. That's what's going on. Welcome, Jill. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Jill, it's over to you, I
That's
believe.
my cue. Yes. Well, on our next segment, I have the privilege of handing this back over to Kim to tell us one of her fantastic Princess Speak vocab definitions today. So let's get right into that. And Kim, what is our word or phrase for this week?
Well, we're going to talk about timing in this as well. It's pumpkin o'clock. I think everybody has a pumpkin o'clock. And my pumpkin o'clock, for anyone who doesn't know me, is 9 p.m. Central Time. I am pumpkin at that point. Don't ask me anything if you want an intelligent answer. Don't talk to me if you want me not to be silly. It's bad, and it's a true thing. Y'all have all witnessed it, so y'all are my witnesses for pumpkin o'clock. But it is about timing.
Well, thank you so much. Sorry.
Sorry, Jill, go.
No, I was going to ask you next if you would tell us your definition.
Oh, a pumpkin o'clock? Ooh.
Yeah, because you're always asking us next. So let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you, Jill. I think the pumpkin o'clock, it really resonated with me when I first heard it from Kim, because I thought, oh, that's that point when I should have gone to bed. Right. That is that tipping point between I'm okay to it's past my bedtime. So over here it's past my bedtime is pumpkin o'clock. And yes, I may be guilty of pushing those boundaries on a daily occasion.
Not even once in a while, but daily.
Little bit.
So what is y'all's definition, Jill or Adam?
I'll say my definition of pumpkin o'clock. I do like your definition, Kim, of that bewitching hour where you can't do, it's not the best time to talk about work or something important. I think my hour has become around that 9 o'clock, 9:30, where when I was a little bit younger, it definitely was more like 11:30, but that has changed. So my bewitching hour of pumpkin o'clock is now 9 o'clock, 9:30 at the latest.
I love it. Thank you, Adam.
And I have to say, since having a child, pumpkin o'clock has become when he goes to sleep. Even though that's my time to relax, it's still also my time to turn everything off and not do anything else of great importance that can be affected by melty of pumpkin o'clock. So yeah, just that turn off time for sure.
I love it. Well, if you ever meet me in person, you'll know, physically, it's just absolutely the truth. When I start getting towards pumpkin o'clock, I just start making the announcement. It's getting close to pumpkin o'clock. Please have no expectations of me. Please understand. The bandwidth is gone. I'm about done. Carrie.
Well, Princess, you've actually referred to it as pumpkin puree as well. I'm not sure if that was on the list for a future Princess Speak, but puree with you and me has been, we've done that a few times.
We have, Carrie, and pumpkin puree comes about 10 o'clock Central Time. When I'm in the pumpkin o'clock, I'm barely getting by, and when I get to the puree stage, I am done. I'm just done. It's best to just turn off everything. I actually have a rule, Carrie, and you know this rule, that I won't even shop at night for anything because I will wake up in the morning and go, what in the world did I buy these things for? So it's something that if you're aware of the timing of you, the timing of your best time and your time when you're not at your best, it helps you as an entrepreneur be better at life, because ultimately we are not entrepreneurs who are human. We are humans who are entrepreneurs, and we have to be aware of the timing in our own selves. So y'all, the struggle is real with pumpkin o'clock.
And I'm just going to say this because I understand Kim completely. I've experienced the puree a few times. It is so much fun, guys. It is awesome to be in the puree zone of Princess Kim White. However, she's always fun. So, yeah. There's that.
Adam.
Can I ask a question? So pumpkin o'clock leads to pumpkin puree. Does pumpkin puree lead to melty?
I think melty starts before that, Adam. I think when we hit pumpkin pie zone, I think that's probably we're cooked and done. And we do want to say out loud, for anyone who has not been with us before, if this is your first time, I know that I am a silly kindergarten princess when it comes to Princess Speak, but it's something I hear a lot of people using big words as entrepreneurs or business owners that other people coming in don't always understand. So we really literally have gathered up from our community the different words that we use to make it simpler and more understandable. So I want to clarify what Princess Speak is. We're not just being silly. It actually has a purpose.
And Kim, I'm just going to double down on that one. Say, I'm sorry if this is your first time with us right this very moment and you've just seen all this silliness. But we believe in having fun in our businesses as well. It's not just about sitting there being stressed and pressured, all that kind of stuff. We do love to enjoy our businesses, and this is how we do it, with the silliness and the fun that we bring as well.
And together. And I just want to add one last time, Kerry Zarb. I know I can't do it cute like Kerry does it, but I want to add that happy 300th episode, Kerry. We're so proud of you for doing that many podcast episodes. You are a rock star podcaster.
Thank you.
Timing is everything. We just have to figure out what time works best for us. And remember, don't ask me to do anything after pumpkin o'clock. That is one time that doesn't work for anyone.
I'm laughing.
Timing. It's all about timing.
It's all about the timing.
I think it's that time of the morning. I think it's dancing time.
Ooh.
If it works, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.